by saying lacrosse is typically a game of runs, and this game was certainly that, with Johns Hopkins scoring a couple first. We take a big lead, then they come back and tie it at 10-all, but then Ohio State imposing its will. Just kind of comment on that, how we were able to withstand their runs and get enough of our own to get this big win.
Yeah, appreciate you. I think you're right. I think they came out and certainly had the momentum early. I'm proud of the way the men responded to those first, 2-3 goals they scored. They put some pressure on us. They won some faceoffs. We didn't have the ball first 3 or 4 minutes of the game. And then when we did, we were able to really settle in. And that's not an easy thing to do when you're watching your defense play for the first 3 or 4 minutes. So I think that shows some maturity on the offensive end. I felt like we really found a rhythm in that first half offensively. And, and again, it was a game of back and forth. When I called that timeout early in the third quarter, I think it was end of third quarter, maybe middle to end of third, when they made that run and called it 10. I just, again, it was just kind of a deep breath moment for us. It was 0-0. There's about 5 minutes left in the third. And I said, look, it's a 20-minute game. It's 0-0. Let's make the next play and let's get things going back our way. And we were able to draw a penalty, get our man up out there. We scored a big man up goal, and just felt like from that point on, really kind of had control of the game. Made a little push at the end, but we were able to fight back. Johnny had a big goal at the finish.
Yeah, and speaking of maturity, your Terefenko scores 3 in about 2 minutes to give us a 6-3 lead early. And then when it's only 12-10, late in this game, and then finally we get a goal from Trey Leclerc to give us a 3-goal margin. Just talk about the leadership from those two guys.
Yeah, no, we get great leadership from our seniors. I think across the board, it was probably our best week of practice this week, and I think that's where it's got to start. Is the way you prepare, and those guys really. I feel like each week, even last week at Rutgers, when we felt like we let one get away, but we're trending in the right direction. We're having better consistency in practice. Still felt like we left some things out there today, but Ryan, his second game back, taking 5 weeks off, and what can you say? He comes out there, he's the best D mid in the country, and today he looked like the best offensive mid in the country in the first half. He's certainly a big lift for us to get him back in the lineup. He's still finding, I think, his rhythm of just getting back in the lineup, but he was big for us today. And, to score 14 goals and have Trey only score a goal, I think really speaks to his teammates. He didn't force things. He played off his teammates, didn't necessarily have the ball go down the way he would like today, but he didn't press. And I think credit to him for that, and credit for his teammates for making plays around him. Thought Jack had another big week. He's really getting better. So, things are starting to come together on the offensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and turn over. Zachary, you have any questions for the coach?
Yeah, hey, Coach. I noticed towards the end of the game, there were a lot of kind of hustle plays and really gritty plays. What do you have to say to your team, or what do you have to say about that, kind of your team's grit towards the end to make sure you got the win?
I think that's Buckeye Lacrosse. You hear us say that a lot. We got to play Buckeye Lacrosse, and Buckeye Lacrosse isn't defined by necessarily being perfect or always making the play. It's about effort and toughness. And at the end of the day, no matter what, if you bring that, you can live with the outcome, even if it maybe doesn't break your way, you can get back to work. But we preach that here. We obviously want to win every opportunity we have, every quarter, every game. But at the end of the day, it starts with being all in. It starts with a relentless effort. And down the stretch, when plays weren't breaking our way, we weren't finishing, we weren't maybe necessarily getting the stops we needed. We needed some toughness plays, and we got a ride back. We got a big face-off wing. We soaked a couple shots, and I think you're right, Zachary. Those type plays really kind of finish a game and allow you to close out an opponent when you're able to make those. I'm going to go over and hand over to Terry. I got him up here. You want to talk to him more than me. Go ahead, Terry. Thanks, Coach.
Go ahead, Zachary. I'll let you go.
Hey, Ryan, congrats on the win. What did you see about your offense early? Like you scoring 3 goals, Reed scoring 3 goals. What did you kind of see on the field?
Yeah, how's it going, guys? Offensively, it starts with the week preparation we had. The coaching staff laid out a very simple plan for us. That, they really trust us. We got good leadership down there. A lot of guys who played a lot of lacrosse. So it really comes down to spacing and speed of play. And we knew that if we did that, we would get our guys in situations where they could see the net and get some shots on net that we like. So it was really good early on to get those possessions, kind of warm up the game a little bit, get some shots on net, see them fall like they did. And then, later in the game, we kind of came back to that after they kind of made a run. But overall, it comes down to speed of play and spacing. And, there was a glimpse of that today, of us doing that at a high level. So I'm pretty proud of the offense in terms of that.
Ryan, you got a big, go ahead, Zachary. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, how does it kind of feel to be able to get the win after Hopkins kind of came on a run late, but still be able to close it out at the end of the game?
Yeah, that comes back to just senior leadership, man. We have a lot of guys on this team that have played a lot of lacrosse, and when the chips are down and it's a game of runs, you rely on those guys. You rely on Eric Wentz's and Jeff Henricks and Bove, who have played a lot of lacrosse. You rely on Jackson, Trey, Justin, who have played a lot of lacrosse, and you just look at them and tell them to do their job, and they're good enough and they trust the process enough to do their job and make the simple plays. And like you alluded to with Coach, make those tough plays. And those tough plays, man, they add on, they stack on top of one another. And that's the product of the win right now. We made more tougher plays than Hopkins did. We didn't play perfect by any means, but it's really cool as a co-captain with Jeff, just to see our team making those tough plays when, we might not be executing exactly the way we want to offensively and defensively.
Ryan, nevertheless, you guys pulled out a big win today over a team that was needing a win. Johns Hopkins. You guys got the win, big win heading into now and even bigger week this week with Maryland. What does that do for the team's focus and the collective enthusiasm and energy towards this big game this week?
Yeah, it starts with practice. I mean, this is a great win because you get the win, but you still kind of have a crappier taste in your mouth. We didn't necessarily execute exactly how we wanted to do. There was a lot of mistakes out there, but we played tough, we played hard, and we got the win. But having that coming to Monday is going to be really great for us because we're going to come in on a Monday with that kind of enthusiasm to get that right. And I'm just excited. I mean, I love these guys. These practices this year have been phenomenal. They're fun. They're energetic. And at the end of the day, we're not going to talk about that team that we play next week, until later on. We're really just going to focus about ourselves and try to get better because this is a team that's been trending in the right direction for the last 5 weeks. And it's just really, really fun to be a part of it and really cool to see how each guy's getting a little bit better each week. So I'm excited for Monday for sure.
Sounds real good. Zachary, you good?
I'm all good. Thank you, Ryan.
Okay. Yep. Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank
Congratulations.
you guys. Have a great day.
You too.